Um, can you guys hear us now? It's like my mic and everything is flowing. Can you guys hear us now? Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's saying no volume at all.
Nothing.
Can you guys hear us now?
Like I can hear it on my computer. Now you guys can hear, right?
Hold on, let's see.
I know because I have to
Oh yeah,
refresh too.
they say they can hear now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so so Iana, she was just telling us a little bit about her story, and how music started for her growing up in Chicago, and how poetry was kind of her outlet. And so my thing is I'm like, okay, for poetry, you have to be kind of good with writing. So I'm wondering, how was it, and like, was school kind of a thing for you, like English or anything like that?
I can't tell you anything that I actually pulled from school that I use.
It's with poetry. Okay.
Right? I mean, of course, you gotta speak English, but I'm not even big because I'm an artist. So
Right.
we kind of create our own lingo and our way of expressing ourselves. So I can't say school played a huge part.
Okay. And so how did this all kind of play together for poetry and then you starting in music?
I think it was kind of a natural thing because my mother, she's a great writer. She's a great storyteller. But she never showed me anything. Like she never showed me the way. I
Mm-hmm.
just think that's something that I got from her. Like it just came natural. And my father used to play the piano. He used to sing. He used to be a part of a little group.
Okay.
So I just think it came natural. But I can't tell you like anything or anybody that actually showed me the way. It just kind of like happened.
And this pretty much was a something that you had to hone. So you worked on it a lot, I would say.
Yeah, as you grow, as you experience life, you see things differently. So you kind of expand in those areas that you started in when you were young.
And when I looked at some of your videos, which I was like so amazed by, and I admitted some of my obsessions with you. so so tell us like about your music and how you define yourself as an artist.
I feel like I'm more poetic. I don't put a cap on my creativity. So how I express myself is just not one way. It's not hip hop. It's not R&B. It's more so like whatever I want. And that's what I love about being or having creative control is I get to express myself however I want to express myself. I
Mm-hmm.
don't stick to a particular image just because of where I'm from. Oh, she's from the hood, Chicago. She's from
Mm-hmm.
the Wild Honey. She got tattoos. She's masculine presented. I just don't stick to a particular image. Like I don't have to be rough all the time. Like I express myself, and I'm more like open when it comes to music. I'm more vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the songs that I heard, I couldn't believe it was you. And then now you may be able to recall what it is, but girl, you came like thuggish, ruggish, like for real. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So when I saw that, and then I'm looking at your love songs, thinking about you, and you're so dope. I'm like, who was this girl? And what was the name of that song?
One thing artists don't admit, we got the capacity to be good and bad.
Ooh.
So when you stick to it, when you got an artist that try to stick to being hard, that's trying to stick to being bad all the time,
Yeah.
they don't really know how to tap into that other, um, like that other realm.
Yeah.
They don't know how to tap into it because the whole world knows them for just this thing. So they don't want to see you talking about anything else. So that's why I admire about artists like Drake, because he went into all worlds come through the gate. Like I'm able to do this and I'm able to do that. He showed you his possibilities. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
what he was capable of doing. So I think sometimes it's like a love hate thing. Like I love you and I don't mess with y'all like that. At the same time, I have the capacity for both. It's like creating boundaries, right? Because if you just love and soft all the time, people think they view that as a weakness. And then you got that other side of me that create boundaries. Like don't get it twisted. This love is for the people I
Right.
actually, you know what I'm saying? Like in my personal space and who I want to love
Right.
on. And yeah, I got respect for y'all, but y'all gonna respect me at the same time. So it's more like a boundary thing that you see in my music more so than okay, well, she talk about love. Oh
Okay.
wait.
Okay. Right. The totally different side of you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But like you said, you had a nickname for yourself back then when you were
Mm-hmm.
creating that music. So tell us about that girl and
Temper.
and why and now how you came up with your name now.
Well, they used to call me Temper, and I used to have a bad temper, and I was more limited. I was more immature, hard headed. So it wasn't a lot of room for me to grow because I knew everything. I was always right. Or I just didn't want to listen. Like even if he was right, I would find a way to make myself right um, in that moment. So as I wanted to okay, I got to a point where I realized, okay, this not the way to live life. Like you don't want to
No.
walk around angry all the time. You don't want to walk around like you do have the capacity to love. You do have the capacity to grow and actually expand. So that's when I'm like, in order for me to expand, I have to get myself out of this box that I put myself in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
is temple. Like temple was
The
when
box.
you think of temple, somebody say, "Hey, that's temple." You're gonna literally
You
put me
already
in a
know.
box and
Yeah.
think my music is about one thing.
Hardcore. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like all of
Or just
that.
me, my whole person. They take
Okay.
what you make in music and they make that your whole person. They take your whole person and be like, well,
Mm-hmm. And
it was
box you
just, it's
in.
hard to, yeah, about you in.
Yeah, like you said. And so how did you come up with Aina Brei'yon?
Um, it's funny. So my last two projects as Temple before I did the closeout, Dear Ego project, it was called Cocaine, right? So a lot of people used to think like, what she do, cocaine or something? Because I know that's like it's well known throughout the industry
Okay.
of artists, engaging in a few lines here and there. But mine was more so of I wanted to be more raw and I want to be more pure and I want to be more
Oh
authentic.
wow.
So versus the stepped on versions of this drug, right? So I wanted to bring people on a different high. So I was like, you know what? How do they say cocaine? I think it's Spanish. Don't quote me on that one. It was like cocaína. They say like cocaína.
Okay.
So
I
I
have
took the
heard that.
hyena part as a way of me stepping more into my raw,
Right.
higher,
Ooh.
authentic, pure self. You know what I mean? So flaws and all, you're gonna see the many levels of me, and I'm not gonna be ashamed of it. So that's where
I
I got the
love it.
hyena part from, and the Brei'yon I just kind of threw on there as like a
Yeah, no,
like a
I
little
love it. Absolutely. I love that. Um and speaking of, oh my God, the one song that I like, this is how I found your music. I just turned on YouTube because, of course, I have to do my research, you
mm-hmm.
know, and I happened to turn on your one song, You're So Dope, and absolutely fell in love with you at that point. So we're
Thank
going
you.
to play this.
Ten seven, Calumet, Chicago. Hella
siblings, so we sleeping head to toe. Never had the fires closed. Mama kicked me out twice. I had to find somewhere to go. She was focused on the dirt while I was focused on the roads. I know I'm tired different, and no one fronted me that gas, but I was still driven. Shout out to my exes that endured my existence. I grew up with bad examples. I was fucked from the beginning, so I apologize for my heart missing and me acknowledging the truth. The only way to fix it. I hope that I'm forgiven. I spent my whole life making bad decisions, reliving my dark past with strangers tend to visit. I'm far from perfect, but I'm worth having that conversation of what went wrong in my life. That assisted changes, had to do some redecorating and show myself some patience. Regardless of my flaws, I look myself in the face and say,
you're so dope. How this world don't see,
how they don't see
everything I see.
Like everything I see,
you're amazing. You're so dope.
So dope to me.
No matter what they bring,
no matter what you know,
you still show your way.
Still showing up.
You're amazing.
I grew up where we hardly thrive, barely survive. Alcoholic getting high, so life could hurry by. We've been calling God this whole time, hope he reply. I came up from that same dirt that I return to when I die. See, I remember things from when I was 4, like it was yesterday. Memories I can't erase. Still I push for better days. This pain came from a place where God doesn't make mistakes. Tell me what's the purpose of life if we gon' live this way, huh? I guess it's all about balance. Can't be winners without losers. This my end of the challenge. Kind-hearted, but I move like my heart's full of malice. Into every new relationship, packing the same baggage, causing further damage. Mirroring my parents' marriage, conversations little to none, or full of disparage. Had to redecorate and show myself some patience. Regardless of my flaws, I look myself in the face
and
say, so dope to me.
How this world don't see,
how they don't see it.
Everything I see.
Like everything I see,
you're amazing.
Are you amazing, baby?
You're so dope.
So dope to me.
No matter what they bring,
no matter what you know,
you still show your way.
Still showing up.
You're amazing.
We all got flaws, you know. It's the most beautiful and the most honest part about your existence. Without that dark wouldn't be no light. You know what I mean? Without being imperfect, you wouldn't know the difference.
You're so dope. How this world don't see everything I see. 'Cause you're amazing. You're so dope.
So dope.
No matter what they bring, you still show your way. 'Cause you're amazing. You're so dope. Sing it.
Now she wanna keep singing.
How this world don't see.
Now that we got it, she wanna keep singing. Not quite.
You're amazing. You're so dope.
So dope to me.
No matter what they bring,
no matter what you know,
you still show your way.
Still showing up.
You're amazing. You're so dope. So dope. So dope. So dope.
Ooh. See? She dope.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. Yes. Oh my God, I love it. So, guys, it was hard, like picking and choosing which song I wanted to play for you all because, like I said, she is really talented. But this spoke more so towards her, who she is and what she's been through, and that was powerful. Thank you so much for making that song.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So tell us, like, how do you feel, like, when you actually listen to it? Like, what kind of feelings do you feel when you hear that back?
I feel like a weight is lifted. Because a lot of us not honest about, our flaws, and a lot of us actually beat ourselves up over past mistakes or not growing up in an ideal environment. And there's a lot of our experience, and we all kind of like suffer the same way, even though we have different circumstances. We all suffer in the same way, and a lot of people don't understand how much we are alike. In that sense, like So creating something where I can release makes me feel like I can help other people release, especially if you know that you're not the only one that's going through that. You're not the only one that didn't grow up in an ideal environment. You're not the only one that's flawed. Not the only one that made mistakes. Like you're still beautiful. You know what I mean? Like that's a part of life. Like in order for you to know where you want to go, you have to be somewhere you didn't desire. You have to experience the difference first.
And I feel like that was everything when you spoke more so of flaws and all. Like you're still awesome. You're still amazing. You just need to get up and you need to act on that. Like I am amazing. Look at yourself in the mirror every day, no matter what you're going through, and be like, you're here for a reason. You better get your butt up and do what you need to do, right?
Like you have to tell yourself the things that the world won't tell you.
Yeah.
It's like your life and how you live your life is totally up to you. And we rely on other people to give us that level of validation. And it's like, no, regardless of what I've done in my life, whether you liked it or not, whether you approve, it's my journey that helped me get to a place that I need to be for the things to come full circle for me. I had to experience one end of the spectrum.
I love it. Ooh, yes, that was so beautifully said.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so my life is totally up to me. So that's why I want people to understand. I don't care what you've been through, what you put other people through. Like, make a purpose out of that pain.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Like, make the purpose out of the pain. That is so real. I like that. That is good. Right.
Right.
Absolutely. So I mean, a lot of people can relate to that. That they can play this video back over and over again to hear that song and feel empowered, and all of those things. Like people can really relate to that. So as far as like when did you actually start seeing success? Like when? I mean, we could kind of quote on that.
The quotation marks. I feel like when I got in full creative control, that's success to me. Like knowing I have my freedom, knowing that I didn't allow the labels that did come my way that I could have sold myself out for, just to look like I was successful. My happiness and my freedom means more to me than looking like you're financially set. So that was success to me, is knowing that. Well, getting behind the wheel of my own life.
Okay, that's beautiful because it is how you look at it. If you're like pursuing something and you never hear anybody saying, "Oh, you're so successful, you're this and that," you may burn out faster because people aren't telling you that you're successful.
Seeking outside validation.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, just seeking that outside validation when you just have to keep pushing, you just have to keep, working and honing on your skills. I think people eventually you'll meet people, and not to say that everybody you meet you should listen to, but if you're hearing the same thing over and over again, it gives you a chance to kind of come back to the drawing board and just hone your skills a little bit more. And that's really all it is. Like, I wouldn't just take from one person what they say and that's just how they feel and they just feel it in that moment. But if you're hearing something over and over again, then you kind of have to check in with you and say, well, let me start focusing a little bit more on honing my skills and my talents a little bit more. And that's where success comes from.
In order for you to grow, you have to be open. But in order for you also not to get lost in other people's opinion, you have to know yourself. You have to have some type of solid foundation to stand on, or you're going to get lost in the opinions of others, because people who's not pursuing their purpose and who don't have the courage to pursue their purpose, they're always going to troll you in some shape or form. Yeah. Those are not the people to listen to. The people that love you and that want to see you grow as an artist and as a person, those are the people you need to be open-minded to.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, like, who did you get most of your support from, or maybe it was an inspiration? Like, where did most of that come from for you?
Strangers.
Wow.
As crazy as that might seem, but this is like a different language for my family to actually pursue your dreams and do something outside of what's strategically set up for you for your life when you're born. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's like speaking a foreign language to them. So they was never against me chasing my dream, but like people just showing up and pushing you.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. So
okay.
I don't know where my resilience came from, where my drive came from. I just had it, and
beautiful.
I took those blows and just kept going. But most of my support is just from strangers.
Wow.
Most of my back end is from strangers.
That's crazy. That is crazy, but at least it worked for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So you take everything as a positive.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
you turn it where it work in your favor. If it's a low blow, use it to help you grow more strong and more courageous and brave enough to face things even when you're scared of it.
Beautiful.
So everything is positive to me.
Good for you. And so I know I don't want to take too much more of your time up, but let's talk about your new recipe book, The Ugly Cook.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
First, it's available on Amazon and Google Books right now. So, I mean, my whole family cook. I probably got like one sibling that's not that great at cooking.
Okay.
So I look at it like this: like we do stuff on a daily all the time, where we put money in everybody's pocket for what we doing. It's like, why not create your own?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you cook it already,
wow.
Why not jot down your recipes and you know what I'm saying? Like come up with a plan where you can form your own cookbook. You're looking at everybody else's recipes, but I'm sure you're putting a twist to it. Right now, write down yours. You know what I'm saying?
When did you know that you were like? I mean, when did you start knowing that this is what you wanted to do? You wanted to start writing a recipe book because your recipe book, I'm sure, entails a lot of pages to it.
Cooking is therapeutic for me, right? And I love like trying new dishes. So it just hit me one time like this is a recipe book, and I probably heard a couple of my supporters too, like when I put like certain foods out there, and I used to have a channel on YouTube where I used to cook breakfast and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I hear them like talking, like, "Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this?" I'm like, you know what? Like, why not?
Why not?
Anyway, like,
absolutely.
Why not? And I love doing it. And my thing is, I want to get more people back into the kitchen because we already don't know where food comes from, right? So we got all of this hand-me-down information about what's this, what's that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't know. If you're not cooking your own food, you don't know how your food is being prepared. The least you can do is know how your food is being prepared. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. That's right.
You go to restaurants all the time. You go to food all the time. It's like, at least, get back in the kitchen.
Right.
I feel like we're suffering at the hands of convenience, too. Because everything's so convenient. It's like, it's making us lazier and lazier. So just to get people more back active and more involved in what goes into their bodies, you know what I
mean? Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good point. Absolutely. And why did you name it The Ugly Cook?
Because I wanted to remove the intimidation of having your plate to look all pretty, right? So it's more so don't worry about how the dish looks. Just cook, know how your food being prepared, worry about that seasoning, listen to your ancestors. Would tell you to stop when the season, get all that measuring stuff.
Okay.
I want to remove the intimidation.
Okay.
From it. So don't worry about your plate looking pretty because most restaurants that I went to, they have all these little pretty dishes. They don't taste like them.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
It look cute.
It look cute, but it don't taste like nothing.
I ain't here for that. I'm here for good food and the environment. That's
right. Absolutely.
So, just to remove the intimidation.
Okay, I like that. I mean, everything was different about the book, the look, and everything. So, congratulations to you on that.
The next one's gonna be better.
Okay, everything gets better.
Yes, that's my first one. So I was proud of myself for even getting it done because a lot of times we try to perfect things, and it's like just get it done.
Right,
get it done,
absolutely. Stop procrastinating, get it done.
It's like that's all you doing. You're just a big procrastinator.
Yes.
There ain't no such thing as perfect. You trying to to chase perfection. Good luck. It's an illusion.
Yeah, it is an illusion. Like, I agree with a lot of stuff that you say. And I appreciate you, Aina, for being on the show today.
I appreciate you having me.
And sorry for all the technical issues that we were having, but looked like we got it together. Got it together. You heard some good music along the way, so so everybody should be good on that. So, can you just tell people where they can find you, Aina?
You can find me at Aina Brei'yon all across the board, and also the Ugly Cook on Instagram.
Right.
I haven't made a Facebook for the Ugly Cook yet because I'm waiting to get into a bigger spot where I can just start shooting cooking videos for y'all, better lighting and stuff like that. So
beautiful.
Yeah, at the Ugly Cook, and Aina Brei'yon all across the board. YouTube, SoundCloud. I got all types of businesses, girl. Just start with those.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. No, you're good. So, so I just want to leave off by saying anyone that wants to be on the Renee Adams Show, please contact me, inbox me if you have an inspiring story to tell, or if you have a product or service that you would like to promote. You can get in contact with me. And tomorrow, I actually have your attorney coming on the show. So we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday. So hopefully you guys will join us. We know, I know, I keep saying we, but I know what to take care of next time so you guys can hear, because I know it wouldn't be a show without you being able to hear me. So I appreciate your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. And
all right, you too.
Bye.
All right.